This next test is sharp and dull, otherwise known as superficial pain. Now, when we're doing the sharp dull test, telling our clients that it's superficial pain can be a little bit unnerving, right? So I prefer to call it sharp and dull. And we're going to have the exact same setup that we had for the light touch and pressure touch. So I'm not going to go through that, but you will have washed your hands, set up, gotten your equipment ready, introduced yourself. Are you comfortable? Yes, I am, or help them out to get comfortable. And then I also have asked if it's okay for me to touch her. I don't need to do that for every test. We can assume a little bit unless I see that she looks uncomfortable or she looks like she's a little freaked out. I don't need to re-consent her, if that makes sense. We will then start with the test. I'll do the test, and then afterwards I'll explain any particular aspects that would be relevant to you. Okay, so Maddie, this is a test that's called sharp and dull. And just like the light touch and pressure touch, we're looking for your tactile sensation or your touch sensation. Mm-hmm. This one, unlike the others, we're going to be using a safety pin. And while a safety pin is sharp, I'm not going to be poking you hard. I'm not going to be drawing blood or anything like that. So it's just a way to differentiate when you're being touched with the pointy end of the safety pin or the other end. Now, the purpose of this test is to ensure that you have something called protective sensation. So protective sensation means that if, say, you're washing dishes and there's a knife underneath the soapy water, you recognize that there's something sharp there. Mm-hmm. Any other thing that's sharp or might be harmful to you, we want to make sure that your tactile sensation is working well enough so that you can keep yourself safe. Okay. And if it's not, so that we can make some changes so that you still are safe even without the sensation right now. Mm-hmm. Do you have questions about that?
Nope.
Okay. So what I'm going to do first is to clean off the safety pin. I'll have one for me and one for you. Let me just get the alcohol prep open. We can do this. I can do this. So I'm going to clean off the pin, and I will demonstrate on myself first, and then we'll go ahead doing the test on you. So I clean off the whole pin, and the sharp just looks like this. It's a very light touch. I may also be touching you with the top of the safety pin, and it looks like this. Mm. Okay. Sound okay? All right. So I'm going to close up my pin and set it aside. And just like with the other tests, we're going to be doing your left side first. And then we'll do your right side.
Okay.
And still okay closing your eyes?
Yes.
Okay. With this one, you don't need to tell me where I've touched you. Just say when I've touched you, so you can say yes or okay, and then indicate whether you felt sharp or dull.
Okay.
Okay. So let's have you open your eyes first just so you can see how it goes.
Okay, sharp. And dull.
Great. Go ahead and close your eyes and we'll get started.
Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Sharp, dull, dull, sharp, dull, sharp, sharp, dull, 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 sharp,
All right, and let's go ahead and turn your arm over. Great.
sharp, sharp, dull, 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 sharp, sharp, dull, sharp, sharp, dull, sharp, sharp, dull.
Okay, excellent. We're going to do the same thing,
Okay.
and you'll let me know yes when you feel it, and you'll let me know sharp or dull.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started.
Yes, sharp. Yes, dull. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp.
All right, and I'm going to help you turn your arm over, and we'll do the back side. Here we go.
Sharp. 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 Dull. 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 Sharp. Dull.
Okay, great. Some things that you want to keep in mind when you're doing the sharp dull test. Again, brace yourself. You could see maybe I got a teeny bit shaky. I was thinking I'm on camera. So you can brace to make yourself a little bit steadier. I would go back over the sharp and dull if she didn't experience this sensation, just to reiterate that it wasn't my fault or my doing, that I wasn't touching quite hard enough or pushing long enough. Again, you vary the touches all over the dermatomes and the areas, the 3 areas of the arm and hand nerves. And what else do I want to tell you? Oh, I know. So when you're holding your safety pin, I hold it at that curly round part so that the sharp part is here, the dull part is here, and then when it's upside down, I can just pivot, right? I don't have to reorient it. So the safety pin, pivot, pivot, pivot. Makes it easy. I hold it between my thumb and my index finger. Now, if somebody has a real fear of needles or pins or sharp things, you can use a paper clip and unbend it so that you have a basically sharp end and a dull end. I like the safety pin better because it is more differentiated and it's easier to do the sharp very precisely and gently. Other than that, test is pretty much the same as, in terms of where you touch, not falling into a rhythm, things like that, same as light touch and pressure touch. One difference, however, is that they're not localizing. They are now saying whether they've been touched and whether it's sharp or dull. So for your documentation, a plus would be they noted the touch and they got the sharp or dull right. A minus would be that they noted the touch but sharp and dull were confused, and you can indicate that. And then a 0 would be that they didn't notice the touch at all. When you're all done with the test, you want to make sure to clean the pin off. Even though we're not breaking the skin, it's just good practice. And you will deliver the results along with the results from the other tests. And after the client leaves, you will clean up and dispose of all the trash in an appropriate manner. That's the end of this video, and we're going to go on with the stereognosis video.